Now, over the last 7 days, we've bought some pretty interesting cars, but none of them are as interesting as this Mitsubishi EVO. So this car has had one private owner from new. The first registered keeper was Mitsubishi themselves, then the private owner bought it in 2005 and he's had it ever since. He's maintained it and looked after it and cherished it like you should do with a car of this kind, and it's done extremely low mileage, which we'll talk about in a sec. So it's a 17-year-old car, little owners. It's very rare to see a car with as little owners as that, a 17-year-old car, and it's nice that it's a Mitsubishi EVO. So in today's video, I'm going to take you for a wander around this car, show you a bit about the HPI checks and stuff that we normally do, because I know you lot like that sort of stuff, and we're going to go out for a little drive in it, alright? So let's get on with the intro. It's such an honest looking car. I think it's due to the fact that it's maybe because it's silver, it hasn't got any tinted windows or any add-ons to the body, it's still got the original wheels on it, and I think that flat spoiler definitely gives it an element of honesty as well. Personally, I don't love that spoiler, but the fact that the car is so like untouched and unmolested, I think it just goes really well with this car. Now, this car has, through my eyes, I don't think it's had any paint, it's never had any damage, it's HPI clear, it's a really fresh car, and on the day that it came here, so I bought this car off a friend of a friend, my friend that delivered it to me, on his way over, or before he came over, he reversed it into his dustbin on his driveway. So this has been in the private owner's hands for all of these years, and then my mate gets his hands on it and he manages to dent the rear quarter there. It's in a very horrible place. We've got a dent man coming out next week, and I'm really hoping he can get it out, because I do not want this car to go into a body shop. So it's an EVO VIII GSR, by the way. The 7s, 8s and 9s are all very similar looking. I think the main differences between the 7s and the 8s are the front bumper on the 8s, slightly different, the headlights and the rear lights as well. Still got the enquiries decals on the wheels there, they look amazing. Brembo brakes, it's all, like I say, untouched, unmolested, very nice car. Now at this point in the video, I think we need to talk about the mileage, don't we? So do you know, we'll leave it a sec. Let's continue talking about the interior. Recaro seats, all very nice and tidy, yeah, lovely stuff. 5-speed manual gearbox, and anything else I need to talk about? Nah, that'll do. Quick look under the bonnet. We'll get onto the mileage in a sec, guys. There it is, Cal. I have just given the car a quick wipe down. When I say a quick wipe down, it's literally just that. It came in an absolute wonderful condition. It was, I wouldn't say fully valeted, but it's really, really tidy. Under the bonnet, again, I haven't cleaned under here, it's a bit dusty under here, but it gives you an idea of just how nice an example this car is. It's fully standard, nothing's been done under here either. Even look at the paint on the rocker cover there, it just looks so nice, doesn't it? So drop that, jump in the driver's seat, and let's quickly run through the HPI certificate on it. Right then, something else I want to show you is, well, we've got two keys. We do have two keys. It's also got like an immobiliser fob on it. And well, firstly I want to show you that we've got the original Hummingbird Mitsubishi keyring, and then the condition of the keys. Just quickly show you how tidy these keys are. Again, give you an indicator of what you think the mileage might be, which I'm going to tell you in a second anyway, so I won't keep you hanging for too much longer. But before we get onto the mileage, do you know what, let's just tell you the mileage now. Let's do it, because you're probably all getting wound up with me, aren't you? The mileage is, what I might do, just get another camera out of here just to add to the drama, add to the excitement. There we go, ignition is on. The mileage is 10,355. Yeah, that is ridiculously low mileage. Now you're probably wondering, well, have you got anything to back that mileage, Cal? And there's two sides of service history, right? There's the service book, and then there's the service like invoices and receipts, yeah? This has actually got both. Let me just show you quickly. So here I've got the service, like the manuals and stuff, and within this lot is the book. Big Rally Art logo on the front, and then within the book we've got, look at that. So the first half of it is Mitsubishi, yeah, and then the second half of it is like a local garage. And then you look at the consistency of the stamps in mileages. So first one was 3,462 miles, then it's 3,600 and 3,900 and 4,800, 5,000, and it's just consistent the whole way through. And the last one was November 2020, so a few months ago, and that was done at 10,328 miles. So this car it's just not been used. And then yeah, I've got a pile of service invoices inside as well. I've got the V5 as well, which is obviously handy. The date of reg on the V5 and the date of registration in the UK is the same, so it shows that it's a UK car. And if I do a screen recording on the HPI, yeah, the HPI, which I've literally just done, shows all the stuff there. Mitsubishi EVO VIII GSR, 4-door saloon, former keepers 1. Like I say, it was Hummingbird Motors, that was the first one. Current keeper was from October 2005. And if we go back to the NMR check, which is there, national mileage register check, no mileage discrepancies registered on this car. So yeah, I tried doing a spec check, but generally Japanese cars, you struggle to get spec sheets on them, but spec levels are, well, this bloody Evo, it's got aircon, that's about it. It's nice to see the little badge in the centre there. I forgot they have them. It's got like Evolution 8 and then number 893, which is pretty cool. These ones have got the switchable diff. So you've got tarmac, gravel and snow on the dash there. Obviously we're going to be driving on tarmac, so we'll leave it on that. I think the earlier cars, like the EVO 6s, started getting the AYC pump, maybe the 6.5s, I can't fully remember, but the 7s, 8s and 7/8s and 9s even have all got the switchable diff. So what we'll do now is we will hit the road. I haven't actually got my draggy box with me, but I will do draggy times on it later in the video, and I'll tell you how well it does 20 to 70 mile an hour as well, right? So let's hit the road. Indicators are on the correct side of the steering column as well, which is interesting. So I just feel like I wanted to be so gentle with it, because this has just been loved for all these years. You just feel like, I don't even know if I'm going to do draggy times on this car, do you know that? I don't know if I want to. Not that them draggy times that I do from 20 to 70 are very harsh, but it's like 10,000 miles, man. Like, even the way that everything feels in here, it actually feels like new. The way it clicks into gear. The way it's pulling as well. 276 brake horsepower, by the way. I know a lot of you already know that from factory, which is a lot of power. I feel like, I've always kind of felt like the manual gearbox four-wheel drive combination seems to work best in a Mitsubishi EVO and in the Subarus. Just in a Japanese car it works really well, but in a German car I've always felt that it just feels a bit wrong. I don't know why. I don't know why I think that, but I just feel like a German car should have an automatic gearbox with four-wheel drive. Used car prices, we spoke about this briefly in a previous video, they seem to have just gone mad. Like, everything's gone a bit bonkers. DC5 Integra Type R's, been looking at them recently, they seem to be flying up. Japanese cars in general seem to be really strong with values. A couple of EVOs sold recently at auction, they got mega money, and that's going to be my plan with this car. I think I'm going to send it off to a classic car auction. I think it's in June. It's not the London Motor Show, but a London car show, and it'll be on display there, and it'll just be a case of who pays the most for it. I would guess it's worth somewhere upwards of £20,000, but I don't know exactly what it's worth. They'll give me a guide price, but a guide price on a car like this is really hard to even give an indicator on, because it is so unique. It's just a case of how well it will perform on the day. So it'll be interesting to see what it sells for. I will tell you when it sells. I'll put a thing on my Instagram or whatever and let you lot know. But it's good to see that car values are flying up. I think as the electric thing, or the electric car scene sort of sets in, petrol cars, a lot of them will get flushed out and just turn into scrap, but a lot of these special ones will just keep creeping up in value, because there's no doubt about it. People like you and I, the people that love the petrol engine, love a good old the sound of a petrol engine, the mechanics of the way a petrol engine car drives and like the imperfections of a petrol engine car, we'll never stop loving that. We'll always have a desire to have that in our lives, and as we get older, that becomes less available. The demand for people like us wanting it is going to go up without a doubt. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see where the values of cars like this go in years to come. But this car, I don't really want to comment too much about the way it drives. I suppose I should be driving it hard. That's what I usually do at this point in the video. I'll be caning the car down the road. I just don't feel like I want to do that with this car. I think I should really just report on how well it drives. And yeah, like I said, I'm just being gentle with the gear changes. Loads of power there. The engine is now warm. Clutch feels good. Just it's a Mitsubishi EVO VIII. It's quick, but I don't want to drive it hard, man. So the purpose of this video was just to show you around the car. I am massively excited about it. We've now got a bus in front of us, which is quite nice because I don't want to drive this car too hard anyway. So I think, yeah, I just want to get out for a little drive, and it's more for my own satisfaction. I saw it parked there and I thought I need to get out for a little drive in that car to see what it drives like. And the Mitsubishi EVO experience is something that everyone needs to have because they are an amazing thing. But I suppose preferably one that's done a bit of mileage that you don't care about as much as I care about this car, because then you can just drive it like a hooligan. So yeah, I'm going to leave it as that. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to get out of the car, show you a lot of the car. Let's turn left back up here, head on my way back to Binker. This is my favourite purchase of the last 7 days at work. This car deserved a featured video all by itself. This could not just form part of a Binker diary video, it needed its own video. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did like this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new to my channel, and if you're on Instagram, give me a follow on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary, and I will post on my Instagram in June when this car sells in auction and let you lot know how much it sells for. So make sure you follow me, alright? I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Since filming this video, the dent man managed to get that horrible dent out the rear end, and guys, as you can probably appreciate, I chose not to do draggy times in the Evo. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, it's an update of the following week of my life as a car trader, and it also includes my favourite purchase of the week. That video will be live on Sunday at 6 o'clock. I'll see you then.